I forgot an intro, but this is the end product. And I'm going to be rerooting her hair, obviously making her look like this. And I'm just going to be showing what I do to reroot doll hair. Yep. Right now I am using a toothbrush to clean the stains off her face, and like so. I think it's just marker makeup, and now I'm cutting her hair off, getting it as short as I can before I use pliers to pull it out of the hair like I am currently doing right now. I just reach in and hopefully I pull out the hair. I believe from looking at this is actually knotted versus glued into the head, so it comes out much easier. If you're looking like right here, usually there would be glue because this is what was in the head, but it looks like it's knotted instead, so it should be much easier to pull out of the head versus glue, which you're pulling chunks of glue out of the head. I don't know why I find this so satisfying, but I do. I love watching the hair like get pulled out of the little holes in that head. It's just like so satisfying to watch for some reason, so that's what I'm showing. I finished taking out the doll's hair. My hand is red, and I was able to do it all in one time. I usually take a break because my hand usually hurts so bad. It probably took me less than 30 minutes, I would say, to do that. It helped that there wasn't glue in the head. Now I am going to start rerooting. So for this doll, I want to go with a fiery type look, and I have some hair that is already cut from when I did my rainbow hair doll reroot, and so I think I'm gonna go with this length. I think it will look nice. To start, I usually skip the front row and I go every other hole, and sometimes I will use like a Sharpie to mark it. And I usually also skip this right here and do this last as well as this last. So I'll most likely start right here. I use a needle threader to thread the needle. So I to thread the yarn, sorry, like so, just to make it easier. And then for rooting the doll's hair, all I do is take the needle and put it through the doll's head wherever my next hole is. And then somehow make it get to the top, and then I use pliers or some type of tool to grab on to the needle, pulling it partially out, making sure that it doesn't come out this end, and then I pull it so one side is coming out of the neck hole and one side is out the top, and then I take my needle off and then I knot the end here and then pull it like that. The before clip was something I forgot to film, so now I'm just cutting up the strings, making sure they're the right size, and then I dot my doll's head for the holes, and now I'm putting the yarn into the doll's head, making the hair. I ended up doing the pattern of red, orange, yellow, and then repeating that, and I thought that it would turn out really nice, so yeah. And this is just the long process of doing this. As the patterns right here get more and more jumbled and like weaving back and forth, I use the Sharpie to dot which ones are going to be filled, and I am just using one Sharpie and then switching back between the different color yarns. But like especially right here, I will be dotting the specific holes that will be getting yarn just because it is so jumbled up right here, and there is no strategic line like right here. The main things of rerooting is just repeating the steps of putting the yarn in the doll's hair. Now, after I have finished, I'm going to be doing the parts that I hadn't done yet, so the middle part and then the edge of her hair, putting the yarn there. Like so. Now, this is like, there's like a hole in the head. Sometimes that happens. I don't know, I'm just putting it there, and then I end up knotting twice, so it's a bigger knot, I guess. You'll eventually see. I end up pulling yarn through, like another piece of yarn that's already in the doll's head, which happens quite a bit, and all you have to do is just take it off and then try to find what piece of yarn. I actually tie the orange string before I fix the yellow, and then I'm double knotting like I said. And then the hardest part with finding the other one is you have to just find which one you pulled through. Sometimes that can be difficult, but I think I find it quite easily, and then I just pull the other yellow through, and you will eventually see that, like right now. So yeah, it happens a lot and it's fine. Okay, so now that I have the doll, I am going to unravel her hair so that, or the yarn, so that it looks wavy, and I will show that. So I'm just starting from one side of the head, taking one of the yarns, and maybe starting to untwist it like that and unravel every piece. This piece of yarn has 4 different strands, and it'll look like this right here, and I'll do that to every piece of yarn. So here I am just unraveling every piece of yarn. This is really relaxing and is something to do when like watching TV or watching YouTube, just unraveling the yarn that way. I often reroute to watching TV, so. Now, once I've finished rerooting, all I'm going to be doing is slowly trying to push her head back into the neck peg, like so. Sometimes it needs a little bit of force, but here's what it looks like. And then I'm going to be trimming up some of these ends because some pieces are longer than others, as you can see. And so here is the doll. I wanted to go for a fiery type of look, and I thought that with the big poofy hair, it would look most like that. And so I unraveled it like I showed, and I think that I definitely got what I wanted. If you don't want the hair to be this poofy, you can do every 3 holes or every 2. It gets, when you make it wavy and unravel the yarn, it does get much bigger than it was. When I just had the yarn, the way it was, it looked, it wasn't as bad as this, but yeah, this was definitely what I was going. I really did want it really big, and I have kind of like a layering effect right here with some hair being shorter, and that's what I like about this yarn. And doing this and keeping them all the same lengths is it kind of does a little bit of a layering effect. And then this is just me showing the different hair that you can do with it, like different hairstyles, I guess. I had a lot of fun playing with the hair, and I really like yarn because it often presents more poofy versus like other types of hair are very like thin or look really thin, and this, I always have lots of hair. I have lots of hair, so I don't know, this just always makes it feel like my own hair. And yeah, I'm literally just styling my doll's hair and showing the different styles. I think I'm almost done. But yeah. Maybe not. There's more. Sorry. I think she looks so cool though. I was really happy to get the fiery look like this. I'm ActPub. I hope you enjoyed watching me reroot this doll's hair with yarn. Thanks for watching.